Shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepared a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them, who anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of my life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Cha, kadama way grow my be. How my house of Lisa, I don't know what it was simply a four. How what time you mo oh you wala dong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have actually taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. At the end of the day, this is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, and we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we pick up the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the nourishment, yes, the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram. Yes, also on X, formerly called Twitter, and on TikTok. We keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is where the truth lives. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. This is the address of the truth, the domicile of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth, the habitat of the truth. This is the truth. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power and we serve the sumptuous food of patriotism to the family in its whole entirety. This is the home of exclusives. It's the Black Pot. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Yes. If you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are more than just excited to do that. We will do it for free. Absolutely. Do me a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit on the notification bell. Right after that, yes, you will be reminded anytime we are on. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now today we have 4 very important stories to share with you. And they are deep stories. Today is a beautiful day. It's the 28th day of August 2026. And it's a beautiful Friday. From the capital of Ghana, Accra. This is where we are beaming live and colored. My brother, my sister, at this point, I just want to say thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors. Oh, My God have mercy. Now turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori d'Oriente. Hey. Now, Tesori d'Oriente has gone beyond just a shower gel. It is magical. It is talismanic. My brother, this is Italian, yes, and African. Italian technology, African raw materials coming together to give you that premium quality made most affordable. Now pour a little bit of Tesori d'Oriente shower gel into the middle of your palm. Shake up the bath water. Watch how the lather grows into a rich foam. Allow it to nourish your skin. It's also an insect repellent. 48 hours after that one single bath, oh gosh, you are still smelling like the Garden of Eden. Do you have an interview to attend? Is there a new chick in town you want to mesmerize? Or there's a new guy in town you want to show some levels? Go get Tesori d'Oriente. And it comes in so many different fragrances. All smooth, silky, soft, with that long-lasting oriental fragrance. We have the Ikigai, the Karma. We have the Forest Therapy, the Royal Oud. We also have the Persian Dream. My personal favorite, the Royal Oud. I also love the Forest Therapy. Hey, now Tesori d'Oriente is distributed in Ghana proudly by Daddy Ash Limited. Now for bulk purchases and inquiries, please call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. This is Tesori d'Oriente. And I'm most excited to tell you that this is the secret to my very beautiful skin. My brother, my sister, what are you waiting for? Go get Tesori d'Oriente. Now, we are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Not every insurance is an assurance. Some of it may pretend to be, but ultimately it's an expired plaster that will give you nothing but a disaster. That is why I am introducing you to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. What kind of insurance do you require? Motor insurance policy? Is it third party or comprehensive? Or do you want to insure your vehicle against burglary or even fires? No problem at all. Are you traveling outside the country? You need the Millennium Travel Insurance. We'll take you in and bring you back safely with a lot of memories and experience. Oh, personal accident, personal group accident, no problem at all. 24/7, you are covered against disability and even death for family members and even employees. It's all about Millennium Insurance. Our numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and be part of this wonderful family of trustworthy partners. Hey, now when it comes to claims, Millennium Insurance is number one. Very quick to give you your claims so that you can return to the right footing. We care. That is why we are called your trustworthy partner. Please pick up the numbers on the screen and join this very beautiful family. This is Millennium Insurance. Now, for more information, you can still log on to our sales portal, sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com. Yes, sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com. And everything is everything. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of NPA, National Petroleum Authority. Hey, the message is very simple. Hashtag stay back, stay safe. Can I tell you more? Now, anytime you see that fuel tanker involved in an accident, don't be so much in a hurry to get closer to the accident scene to either report or to scoop fuel or siphon fuel. Please, hashtag stay back, stay safe. Oh, yes. Now, there could be an explosion that may take your life. Yes, don't get close. Oh, no. Even the effervescence, the effusions that come out of the fuel, the spilled fuel, can make you sick. My brother, my sister, your life is worth more than just a gallon of fuel. Keep it so you can live tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and take care of yourself. NPA is telling you something very simple. Stay back, stay safe. You know what to do. Stay away from the accident scene, but call toll free 192 or 191, or better still toll free 080 012 3000. and everything is everything. This is a National Petroleum Authority safety campaign. The message is simple. Hashtag stay back, stay safe. It's the Blakk Port, aka Kukushudemo. And here we speak truth to power. Today we have 4 very important stories. I'm going to go headlong into them, one after the other. Do me a favor. Please share the broadcast, like the broadcast, send your messages in. We're going to be reading them at the end of the show. And above all, do me a favor, please. And it's for free. It doesn't cost you anything, no money except love. Subscribe to the channel. Hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. This is where the truth lives. It's the Blakk Port, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. 4 stories. Story number 1. Watch this. MAHAMA Ayariga Annoys Ghana adverting. Now, MAHAMA Ayariga is a very interesting gentleman. He was born in the same year as me, 1974. He comes all the way from the Boku area. Recently, for some reason, some youth in Boku got very angry and decided that they would set his house in Boku on fire. They attempted it. The police was quick. From the instructions of the IGP, they were able to douse the fire and save the house of MAHAMA Ayariga. He's a man I've spoken to once or twice, and he's a very fine gentleman. He served as the majority leader in parliament, of course, coming on the ticket of the NDC, the party that is in power right now and doing marvelously well, giving back some respect, the respect that Ghanaians deserve to the populace. Under the presidency of John Dramani Mahama. This is MAHAMA Ayariga. Not many people felt that he would be able to serve as majority leader in that capacity of vehemence, but he lived up to expectation. And of course, now the president has decided to move him into the ministry. He is now a minister of state. But before he became a minister of state, he had to be vetted. And in the vetting, he made utterances that shocked Ghanaians. Utterances that made some party foot soldiers angry. And a lot of Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, this is MAHAMA Ayariga. To those who do not still know him, and have never seen him, even though that will be surprising, because his face is always on TV. Come here. Let me tell you more. My brother, my sister, this is MAHAMA Ayariga. Run the dossier and watch this. MAHAMA Ayariga is a prominent Ghanaian lawyer and seasoned politician belonging to the NDC. He serves as the member of parliament for the Boku Central constituency and was recently appointed as Ghana's Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. He was born on the 12th of May in 1974 in Boku, Upper East region of Ghana. He attended Beriwa College in Nigeria. Yes, Beriwa College in Nigeria for basic education. He earned an LLB from the University of Ghana and an LLM from Harvard Law School. So this is a heavyweight. He began as a teaching assistant at the University of Ghana Faculty of Law and co-founded the Legal Resources Center, advancing human rights and social justice. Oh my God. Now, he was first elected for Boku Central in 2005 as an MP, reclaiming the seat in 2012 after a 2008 defeat to serve across multiple terms. He also briefly served as majority leader in the 9th Parliament before executive nomination. He served as presidential spokesman and deputy minister under President Atta Mills and as cabinet minister for information and media relations, as well as youth and sports under President John Dramani Mahama. His recent ministerial position as the Minister of Chieftaincy religious affairs, and so on and so forth, was applauded. And it was actually something that came to Ghanaians without an iota of shock. This is MAHAMA Ayariga, a lawyer, a law lecturer, very smart gentleman from the Harvard School of Law. This is a think tank. We saw him in Parliament doing everything he could. My brother, my sister, on the side of the NDC. Oh, Lord God have mercy. Do we remember that it was this fine gentleman who alleged that there was some kind of bribery that happened in Parliament, and he was forced in one way or the other, later, after some investigations, to withdraw that and to apologize? Remember the tractor issue in Ghanaian politics. So he also has his own side of controversies. This is MAHAMA Ayariga. Now, presently in Ghana, Bawku is the hotbed. And when we talk about hotbed, it is an area that both supports the NDC and the NPP, factionalized, depending on who is in power. Bawku could be at peace or at war. And it's been like that for so long. Our prayer is that there is final peace in Bawku right now. And he belongs to only one part of the game, the NDC. Depending on whether his party is in power or not, he might suffer a lot of trouble. And to make it even worse, he comes from a parentage of the two feuding families right there inside Bawku, Mamprusi and Kusasi. Oh my God. But he's been very diplomatic. He's worked so hard to satisfy both gates. As you were told, there was a time his house was touched, but the police was quick to extinguish the fire and bring peace. I'm sure when he's going into Bawku, time after time, he has to be very cautious, because either gate might read meanings into his activities, especially political reasons. This is MAHAMA Ayariga. Come here. Now, MAHAMA Ayariga, my brother, my sister, was in Parliament to be vetted so that he would become a minister of state. James Agalaga, from that time, has taken over the majority hot seat, and he's the new majority leader in Parliament, also from the north. Now, MAHAMA Ayariga spoke. First and foremost, he spoke about the minority in Parliament, and he heaped praises on a man that is so vilified in Ghana right now, the most uncomfortable villain, so to say, in the history of our politics contemporary now. Afenyo Markin. My brother, my sister, Afenyo Markin has been labeled a blackmailer, an extortionist, and a noise maker at the palm wine bar. This is Afenyo Markin. He makes a lot of hellish noise for a reason. There are a few things I admire about him. His eloquence. And of course, his fighting spirit. Certainly not the blackmailing spirit, and not the alleged extortionist spirit. For some time now, it's been rumored that the minority in Parliament is even trying to do away with him because the controversies are just too much. And many people think that he is a criminal-minded NP in power. He's become the talk of town for some time now, especially that he got embroiled and engrossed in this gold board issue. What did MAHAMA Ayariga say about this gentleman here called Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin? He is an MP. Watch this.
Part of your portfolio at the ministry is the chieftaincy and the religious affairs sector of the country. And looking at the budgetary allocation which you've been overseeing.
I've not given you the floor, Honorable Element.
How do you hope to bring that to bear in the handling of this new portfolio, especially the sensitive aspects of chieftaincy and religious affairs?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm a diplomat or not, but I do my best. I have gone around a bit, even though at a relatively young age. And so I have seen a lot of things. And that experience informs my approach to the way that I do things. First thing is the skill of listening. The skill of listening. I believe that in leadership, you must listen. Develop the skill of listening and hearing. Sometimes we listen, but we don't hear. And also appreciate how to engage with opposing views, with opposing worldviews, with opposing understandings of things, and with opposing interest. You and I have worked very closely, and sometimes people don't understand what happens. And today I will be very frank and tell you, the whole country, that the way that we have related is that when there's an issue, I will tell him, this is my position on this issue, but do your job, let me do my job. Your job as a minority to criticize and bring out alternative ideas. My job as majority is to make sure that government business is executed. And so whatever you do, trust me, personally, I have no problem. But understand also that at the end of it all, I will get government business done. I'll get government business done. So if you are forthright in your dealings with people and they know how you work and you know how they work, you will be able to minimize friction. So chieftaincy is one very sensitive area. I think that the first thing everybody has to understand is that no minister of state has the authority under our constitution.
Anyway, I want to ask you, for those who don't know you and I, if somebody asks you to describe Afenyo Markin as your opposite number, Ayariga, what would you say? I'm done.
I would say he's a troublesome boy.
He is indeed troublesome.
But I will also add, that he is somebody you can trust when you are dealing with him. When when I say trust, wait till I define trust. You can trust that he will cause trouble. You can trust that he will push his side's position. Of course, and at all times, even I would say, I know this will be difficult for you, but you have to play your role. You are a minority. You have to play your role. And people call me, why do you allow Markin to do all the things that he's doing? I'm like, he's just playing his role. He's just playing his role. So let him play it. I'll play mine. When he finishes doing all the things that he's doing, I'll cause the vote. And then the decision will be taken the way I want it. So that has been it. But, you know, in addition, working with you in the last 1.5 years, you know, I've come to know you as a person of integrity and honesty. And I want to thank you for the forthrightness with which you have dealt with me as the majority leader. I hope that you and my successor will find common ground and work the same way. I've already told him that you are not somebody that he would he should be yielding to. He should be doing more than I was doing. Me, you know, because I'm a little older than you, I used to tolerate you a lot. This man is about your age mate. So it's about your age mate. I've actually told the president to increase the number of fire tenders in this area. So you might see 2 or more fire tenders being brought and parked in front of the Chamber of Parliament House, because I also know what he will do to you. I could tolerate you, listen to you the whole.
This is Honorable MAHAMA Ayariga. Right now, he's going to be dealing with chieftaincy, religious affairs, and so on and so forth. He has been approved. But these were the comments he made about Afenyo Markin. Afenyo Markin, as has been said earlier, has become a villain. He has become somebody a lot of Ghanaians right now are not enthused about. For me, that was just a PR gimmick for this guy. These are politicians. My brother, they do a lot of things backstage. They do dress rehearsal backstage. And MAHAMA Ayariga has made it clear that anytime there's an issue, I'll tell him that this is my personal position. But remember, I work for the government. No matter my personal position, I will have to stand with the government and deal with the government business. Do your work, let me do mine. It's not about him as MAHAMA Ayariga. It's about the position of government. Now, this is where I truly have a problem. Me, that is why I can never be a politician. For instance, if there was a certain discussion in Parliament that had to do with pork, how many more Ghanaians should be consuming pork or drinking alcohol or be engaged in betting? My personal view is that I am vegan and I know the dangers of eating pork. I will not force you not to eat pork if you want to eat pork. I don't engage in gambling. It's not something that I have ever liked. With my upbringing as a Muslim, my brother, my sister in the Zongo, we have always fought against gambling. Today, in a lot of Zongos, a lot of these guys are thriving on betting. And it's no longer a problem to them. But my upbringing in the ghetto still stirs up my emotions against betting. And I cannot be part of any betting. If it is government's business, as majority leader, to go in the Parliament House and argue for betting, my brother, my sister, I will fail. I will not do it. Because that would mean compromising my personal decision, my personal whims and caprices. Where does the politician draw the line between his personal convictions and the government's? Does the government stance always mean that it is right? Is it always right what the government stands for? MAHAMA Ayariga says he would say that this is his personal stance, but because it's government business, he will have to support the government. I cannot do that. My brother, my sister, it looks like it's all about majority. How many people believe that this should happen? And the fact that I don't believe in it, I will still have to believe in it because the majority says we have to do it. Think about it. Think about it. Yes, it's not about me, but I am the one who's going to be doing the argument. So if I were the majority leader, you know what? I will resign immediately and say, what? You know what? I can't be seen to be champion in gambling, drinking, and eating of pork, and much more. For that matter, as against my personal principle, I will step back. Better still, I don't even become a politician. Now, whilst he was speaking, Archbishop Duncan Williams was at the back. My very good friend Sheikh Admiyao was also at the back. They were smiling and laughing. Imagine Archbishop Duncan Williams as majority leader. And they're going to be talking about gambling and all those things that he might be against. Would he still stand by the government, even though his personal convictions are against that? The point Blakk RASTA is making is very simple. Where do we draw that line between our personal conviction? Or do we have to always play the hypocrite? Or is that democracy? The majority says this, so we all have to accept that. These are some of the things that will make it very difficult for people like me to partake in politics. Majority says this is what we stand for. I am the majority leader. Even if I don't agree with it personally, and I've preached against it several years back, today I have to speak like a hypocrite and say I like it because that is not my personal view that is needed now. It is the view of the majority. It's the same thing with Obama. He had to jump onto the gay bandwagon, though personally he didn't probably believe in this. My brother, my sister, that aside, this is what MAHAMA Ayariga says. Afenyo Markin is a trusted friend. Afenyo Markin has integrity. Afenyo Markin has resilience. We have seen them argue over and over. And what MAHAMA Ayariga is telling us today is that it all was make-believe, or it was something that was a dress rehearsal backdoor before they got into the Parliament House. And I am beginning to fear. Because if our politicians behind us will do dress rehearsal and come there and make it look like they are truly arguing with passion for the development of the nation, then I cringe. I cringe, I fear, I am scared. That they will meet back door, drink tea on the taxpayers' back, then come into the Parliament House and make it look like they are actually arguing, when actually they talked about this and rehearsed how the whole thing is going to go. I have a problem. I have a problem. Is that what politics is all about? Should the average Ghanaian not take them seriously in Parliament anymore? Whatever they say is a dress rehearsal that is now being enacted before our very eyes. Correct? That is where my problem is. Do you have a problem with that, or you don't have a problem with that? Is Afenyo Markin trustworthy? Is he resilient? Or is he pretending to be resilient? How can you say a man like this has integrity when he slapped a policeman 3 times in the full glare of digital cameras? Not AI. Human soul. And up till now, they have not been able to push it in Parliament for the justice of the same police that you guys as parliamentarians use every day, every night to protect you. Your lying asses. I have a problem. I have a problem. Do you have a problem? The same police people who see you load stolen money into the boots of your car. The same police people who guard you and guide you night and day and put their lives in harm's way. Yes, harm's way, just to be able to protect you. You slap them 3 times simply because they are trying to bring peace and harmony at a certain demonstration. No apology, no remorse shown, just arrogance. Is this a man of integrity? Your own party member, Sami Jemfi, has described him as a blackmailer. Have you had a conversation? Or is it part of the dress rehearsal? Right now, it looks like there's nothing we have to believe about these people. Because in Parliament, they actually have a dress rehearsal. Then they come and enact the play before our very eyes. So we are the idiots who sit down and think that they're actually fighting for us when they're actually waiting to finish and go for another dress rehearsal to enact another play in that cyclical foolishness. Is this a man who can be trusted? Is he a man of integrity? Is he resilient? I leave it to you. But MAHAMA Ayariga didn't end there. The Boku boy, born in May 1974, also spoke about a very thorny issue. The cathedral. The cathedral. The cathedral that became a hole. They sank over 100 million into this. They broke down the houses of judges in order to fulfill the whims and caprices of a dwarf who believed that he saw a vision in which God himself spoke to him that he should build him a house. And when he claimed he saw that vision, he ran to Archbishop Duncan Williams and told him that, you know what, I saw in a vision today. I'm not too sure which angel it was. It could be Gabriel or it could be whatever. But I saw an angel talk to me that I will be made president. And if I am made president, I should build a house for God. My brother, my sister, and Archbishop Duncan Williams supported this terrible demonic vision. They said it was going to be privately financed. All of a sudden, they were pushing Ghanaians to pay for this. They took money from Ghanaians, broke down the houses of judges, paid so much money for the design of this. They ended up with this trash. My brother, my sister, nobody is going to jail for those stupid decisions. Nobody is going to jail for this heinous crime against humanity and the good people of this country. When he was asked about the cathedral, what did my good friend MAHAMA Ayariga say? Watch this.
The idea of having a national cathedral is, in my opinion, a wonderful, exciting idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a national cathedral for the Christian community in our country. If you are asking specifically about the national cathedral that President Nana Akufo-Addo, when he was president, initiated, I also don't think there's any problem with the idea. I think it was a good idea that was badly executed. Otherwise, I don't think there's a problem with having a national cathedral. I personally had issues with the location. I thought that the location would rather just increase the traffic congestion in that neighborhood. And I also felt that it wasn't the best idea that, given the availability of a lot of land by the ocean, that we hadn't elected to use those lands that were free, and then we pulled down bungalows. The second issue is also that I believe that we should have mobilized a lot of private and philanthropical support for the construction. And that also, I think, was a shortfalling of the entire project. But if I am approved by this House and I become the minister responsible for chieftaincy affairs, I will engage the leadership of the Christian community in this country. And I want to assure you that if they remain committed to the construction of a national cathedral, I will engage the president, and if it is the wish of the president, I will wholeheartedly support and mobilize for the project to be continued and, God willing, completed.
Court casts were all over the place. Headlines, banner headlines were screaming it. I will build a cathedral. MAHAMA AYARIGA. But look how brilliantly, how eloquently he spread his delivery like a mat in front of Mount Zion. So beautiful, so exquisite. My brother, my sister, now watch this. MAHAMA AYARIGA said he had two problems with the cathedral. It's a good idea to have a cathedral, yes. But my problem, why did they pull down the houses of judges? Why did they destroy in order to build? Why did they let go the bird in hand, running after that one in the bush? That's the problem I have. One. Number two, it was a project that was badly executed in the sense that it should have been privately financed. Maybe he forgot the most important part, the timing. My brother, it's good to have a cathedral. It's good to have a place of tourism. If it's built well. I traveled all the way to France, to Sacré-Cœur, in Paris, to look at the place of the saints. Which saint came here to pray and to shoot a music video? Thousands of tourists go there every day. And they make a lot of money for the people of France. The Basilica, my brother, my sister, in the Ivory Coast, in the hometown of Houphouët-Boigny, my brother, my sister, gathers a lot of tourists there night and day. Albeit, it's not been well branded and promoted. If we have a cathedral, let's first and foremost be thinking about the commercial aspect. What is going to be the X factor of the cathedral? What is going to make somebody leave his country and come to this cathedral? There must be a reason. A+ gave us a very beautiful reason. He said this cathedral could have been built somewhere in Kintampo. Why Kintampo? Because that is supposed to be the center of Ghana. Or build it in the center of the world. Right there. Where the longitude, the latitudes crisscross. Give them a reason for people to move from all over the world and come there into this cathedral. We are going to the center of the world. Where is it? Kintampo. Let us go there. Let's say a prayer. God will listen. Muslims troop to Mecca every day to do tawaf around the Kaaba. They pay a lot of money to the government of Saudi Arabia. My brother, my sister, we can achieve same thing or a little lower with a cathedral if it is branded properly and not a cathedral that was done hogwash, knee-jerk. They pulled down churches' buildings in order to put this. At a time that we were going for a financial crunch, economic crunch, DDEP, men and women were shaved like animals, all in the name of stabilizing this economy. They robbed our old folk. And then they had enough money to build a cathedral. And they said, Ghana doesn't have to be 100% before you build a cathedral. What thinking went into it? Did they think about some of the things that could have come in to make it more marketable? I'm not against the building of a commercial point with religious undertones. Because me, myself, if I have the opportunity, I'll go to Mecca. I've been to Israel. I went to see River Jordan. I went all the way, my brother, my sister, to see the palace of King Solomon. I went to the birthplace of Jesus Christ, Nazareth. I went in there, and only God knows how I felt when I went in there. I went all the way to the city of David, right there inside Jerusalem. And I know how many tourists I saw there. But people are not going there to see buildings. They are going there because of the historical value. What is the historical value of the cathedral? None, except that we pull down Judges' buildings. A+ gave us a great idea. Take it to Kintampo. One, it will ease traffic. It will draw people to the area for more commercial business. And the historical value is that the center of the world is there. Common sense. But no, because we are fools and stupid human beings who are only ready to destroy. We are vandals. Steal money from people, all in the name of a cathedral. Look at the controversy this cathedral brought. People are in court. Duncan Williams and the rest of them, they had to resign from the cathedral board and whatever because of the dirty, demonic controversies that hate that thing. Did you have to destroy Judges' buildings? Did you have to build that at the time of the economic crunch? Why did the man even bring it out that I saw God and God spoke to me to build a cathedral? Build it from your pocket. Common sense is not common to dwarfs. This is what MAHAMA AYARIGA has said. And it's made some Ghanaians sad. One, he's a Muslim. He wants to be seen as tolerant. Oh yes, even the chief imam supported the cathedral. He's made it clear. He felt that the destruction of the buildings of Judges was bad, and he felt that it was badly executed, and he felt that the thing should have been funded from private pockets. He forgot to mention the historical value. He also forgot to mention the timing. And above all, he said something that made sense to me. Come here. MAHAMA AYARIGA said he will talk to the Christian community. Listen, if they are still interested and for it, conditional, he will champion so that they will contribute and that building will be completed. That will be good. Churches are making a lot of money these days. Sponsorships are going in. And people are very, very, very sentimental and emotional when it comes to their faith. But the danger here is, after the Christians pay for the building, how many Muslims will be allowed there? They will feel so entitled to the whole project that I tell you, they will start to dictate when the cathedral should open and when it should close. Who should go in, what the person should wear, the kind of holy water they need to wash their faces with, the kind of food they need to eat before they even go there. We need to look at all these nuances. But for me, I would only be for the cathedral if we put in that historic value. And we have mentioned them already. This is what MAHAMA AYARIGA has said. And a lot of Ghanaians are divided on this. And they are not excited about it. But I think that he will sit back, look at some of the things. Maybe he wanted to do something. As he's signing off, he's handing over notes now to at least put Afenyo marking up there because he has come so low. My brother, as I'm going, the only thing I can do for you is to give you a bit of endorsement to clean up your name a little bit. But that is dangerous. is against populism and is against a lot of other things that will go a long way to hurt you. If you support a man who has 1 trillion enemies, you can be sure that a lot of those enemies will become your personal enemies. A word to the wise is in Boko. Dash it away. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Revealed. Black Stars' next coach is African from Mozambique. Wow. The Black Stars have seen a lot of coaches in the past. From Ghanaian coaches, all the way through to German coaches, Portuguese coaches. Now the next Ghanaian coach is an African. He's from Mozambique. Wow. Where from this information? Now, and this is exclusive. Oh yes. Now, my brother, my sister, Ghanaians love their football. At the World Cup, we represented. We were excited to see the Black Stars do their own thing. Oh, look at them dancing to whatever. Look at the goalkeeper. Oh, he took the Ghanaian dance to the pitch. We saw the powder man. My brother, my sister, he threw powder in the air. He brought the attention of the world to Ghana, despite the legal challenges he's going through right now in Ghana. He played a pivotal role in bringing the lenses to Ghana, the lenses of the world. Ghana was at the World Cup. My brother, my sister, we have seen the Black Stars do their worst and their best. Oh, we saw the likes of Abedi Pele. How many of us remember Abedi Ayu Pele? Oh gosh, I would have preferred a photograph of him wearing the Black Stars jersey. Today, this is what he looks in private life. Abedi Ayu Pele, the master dribbler. Hey, he's my favorite player in the whole world. I have never seen a player like this guy. This is Abedi Ayu Pele. We all remember Tony Yeboah, the guy with a thunderbolt of a shot. This is what he looks right now. Yagola, the boss of Yagola Hotel. This was a guy who played for Frankfurt and some other sect teams. And he brought the attention of the world to Ghana with all the energy and the power and the goals that he scored. Oh my God. Goals were at his beck and call. Anytime he wanted to score, he banged in the goals at ease and with ease. Jesus have mercy. My brother, my sister, we also saw the Samoans, the wonderful dancing that they gave to us. Oh my God. We all remember the goal he scored against the United States of America. They pushed him hard, but he edged on and banged in that goal that shook the nets. It looked like Guantanamo Bay was beginning to shake at its foundations when that goal was scored. Oh, we remember Stephen Appiah. We remember, oh, Jesus have mercy. One of the best captains we ever had. And in recent times, right there at the World Cup, we saw Semenyo. You remember this guy, the dreadlocked guy, the handsome guy, oh, who played football as if he was born to do nothing but just to play football. Oh, we saw that goalkeeper. Oh, the SM guy. You remember? Oh, you saw, oh, yeah. This guy. Oh, the dancing, the energy. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Oh, my God. We also saw Partey. Despite all the legal issues, they all came together to play for the Black Stars. That is the resilience. That is the energy, the power. Dash it away. Come here. Now watch this. Who was the coach of the Black Stars? He was called Carlos Queiroz. We were told that he was Portuguese, right? So he came in April. He was given a contract that was worth 100,000 American dollars. But he ended up pocketing 80,000 for all the work that he did. The others went to some other people in the periphery. This is Carlos Queiroz. Many people thought that he did well. Many people believed that he did well. And Ghanaians wanted him to stay on. Then our hearts broke. Ket Okreku came to tell us that this guy, he didn't look like he was going to be with us, but he assured us that before the AFCON, we would have a new Black Stars coach. In his own words, what did he say? Watch this.
Is that, you see me smiling, Ghana would have a coach before we regroup. What I know is that the coach who would lead the Black Stars is 99% in place. What I know is that the coach who will lead the Black Stars is already working. And what I also know is that we are just at that last line where we have to sign papers and formalize the relationship as to whether it will be Kurt, as to whether it will be Michael Otieje, as to whether it will be the guy who was a coach when Red Lions and Copper Lions played centuries ago. I wouldn't be able to tell you today. But what I can say for a fact is that we have a machinery in place and we are working.
Ket Okreku is the boss of the GFA, Ghana Football Association. It looks like he's praying fervent prayer to be able to finish up. And he told us that he himself does not know who the coach is going to be, but we know. He said that it's 99% complete. What is left right now is the signage. Jesus have mercy. And he has put everybody in limbo. Today I read something from my Joy Online, and the headlines were screaming. The Ghana coach is gone. His name is Carlos Queiroz. He is gone. My brother, my sister. And Ket Okreku says there would be a new coach. And that new coach, his name, he doesn't know. But 99% complete. So what did we do? We placed a call straight up to the minister. If the GFA boss is not ready to talk, the minister might talk. So we got into his skin like ticks, started biting him under the epididymis. Did I get that word right? My brother, my sister. This is Kofi Adams, Kofi E.D. Adams, the Kotokoli warrior. My brother, my sister. He is an MP and also the minister of sports and blah, 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 blah. In my days, it was youth and sports. I hear the youth has been taken, something has been put in, whether it's Kobe or Mankini, I don't know. But this is Kofi Adams. So I spoke with Kofi Adams today, and he told me, Blakk RASTA, our new coach is coming. We are almost done. I asked him, who is the new coach? He said, he's African. African? From which country? Ghana? He said, I wish. He's from Mozambique. I said, who? But Mozambique, are they known for any soccer? He said, this man is a different Mozambican. I pushed him. Can you tell me? And this was what he said. His name. And by next week, we will announce him. His name is Carlos Queiroz. This guy. The same guy who took us to the World Cup. The same guy they told us has left the country and they couldn't agree on something. Kofi Adams tells me that this is the man. The same man who has been published all over Ghana, that he's gone. They couldn't come to an agreement. But Kofi, did you say it's a Mozambique day? He was gone. Now the rest was left to me. I dug into the background of this coach, his parentage, his birth, to find out who exactly he is. Come here. Carlos Queiroz. Run the doors here and watch this. Kaidodo Shaggy. Carlos Manuel Brito Liel de Queiroz is a highly accomplished Portuguese football manager renowned for his elite defensive tactics, extensive international pedigree, and historical role as Sir Alex Ferguson's assistant at Manchester United. He recently served as the short-term head coach of Ghana's national team, the Black Stars, during their 2026 FIFA World Cup campaign. Where was he born? When was he born? He was born on the 1st of March, 1953. And therefore, he's how old? 73. And where was he born? Nampula, in Mozambique. Nampula. So he holds a Mozambican passport. And he also holds a Portuguese passport. Mozambican by birth. Portuguese by origin. I said, oh, all right. But in almost everything, he is seen as Portuguese because he is white. Remember, Mozambique was colonized by the Portuguese. It used to be called Portuguese Mozambique. Now his coaching philosophy is 4-1-4-1, defensive alignment, strictly structured discipline, and prioritizing compact teamwork over individual egos. Listen, compact teamwork over individual egos. Hey, you can dribble 1 million people. Don't do that. With me, it's 4-1-4-1. Flip. This is the Mozambican. Though born in Africa, Queiroz moved to Portugal to pursue professional football. After a modest career as a goalkeeper was cut short by knee injuries, he transitioned into sports science and youth coaching. He rose to global prominence by managing Portugal's under-20 national team. He masterminded back-to-back FIFA World Youth Championship titles in 1989 and 1991. This era birthed Portugal's legendary golden generation, where Queiroz directly oversaw the early development of global superstars like Luis Figo and Rui Costa. Queiroz established a reputation as one of club football's finest tactical minds through two prominent institutions, Manchester United and Real Madrid. Flip! This is the man we're talking about. Oh yes, he also featured for other clubs. Yes, training and coaching and assisting. Yes, and then Queiroz is one of the most traveled and experienced international managers in football history, having led teams across Europe, Africa, Asia, and South America. He has successfully guided 4 different nations to the FIFA World Cup. South Africa in 2002. He guided the Bafana through a successful qualification cycle. Portugal, his own Portugal. where he learned football. In 2010, he guided his home nation out of the group stage at the tournament in South Africa. Iran, thrice. 2014, 2018, and 2022. He served as Iran's longest-serving manager in history. Yes, from 2011 all the way to 2022, 11 years. He built a fiercely disciplined side and secured back-to-back World Cup qualification slots for the first time in the country's history. Back-to-back. 2014, 2018, 2022, back-to-back. He managed Colombia, Qatar, the UAE, the Oman. He famously took an underdog Egypt squad to the final of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON. Jesus. And then the Ghana team. From April 2026, he took the Ghana team. His contract was valued $100,000, though he himself got $80,000, as told to me by Kofi Adams, Honorable. This is Carlos Queiroz, the Mozambican, who by next week, as I am told, will be signed on as the new coach of Ghana. Now, what is holding him? Watch this. Come back there. Come back there, quick, and watch what is happening there. He successfully navigated the Black Stars into the World Cup round of 32, marking Ghana's first knockout stage appearance since 2010, before suffering an exit against Colombia. Following the tournament, his short-term contract expired. Extension negotiations stalled due to disagreements regarding salary figures and backroom staff sizes, leading to his departure. Dash. So to everybody, and here where you heard it first from, he's gone and it's over. Even Ket doesn't want to tell you. This is the same guy we are bringing. Born right there in Mozambique, Nampula. This is Carlos Queiroz. And he tells everybody that he's African, Mozambican, even though he also has a Portuguese passport. My brother, my sister, this is the guy who is coming. What is the problem right now? Everything is almost done. They want to pay him the same amount of money, the $80,000 that he was pocketing. But they want him to cut down the number of assistants that he has and some other benefits that he was getting. And the reason is very simple. The World Cup is a bigger stage than the AFCON. So whatever we're giving to you for the World Cup shouldn't be the same as for the AFCON. And as it stands, we hear it is done. He has to fly in, sign, and then at the press conference, it will be revealed that yes, this is the coach who is coming. It's an exclusive. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. Hey ya! Hey you! Hey! Why?
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot. Kuku show them. It's the Blackpot, aka Kuku show them all. And here we speak truth to power. Yes, please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. And this is a personal invitation to you. It costs nothing. You won't pay anything, just a click. Click on the subscription button. Right after that, on the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us live. It's the Blackpot, aka Kuku show them up. And here we speak truth to power. Thank you for joining us. Share the broadcast and talk to us. Talk to family and friends about us as well. Story number 3. Watch this. CNN journalist reveals deep experience with most wicked rebel leader in Africa. Wow! My brother, my sister, we've had a lot of rebel leaders in Africa. Time after time, yes, we have different rebel leaders. We all remember the Janjaweed right there inside Uganda and beyond. We also remember, my brother, my sister, Liberia, Sierra Leone. We remember the Congo. We remember Kabila. And we remember Robert Mugabe himself fighting as a guerrilla soldier. Yes, to liberate his country from the hands of Ian Smith. My brother, my sister. Now there is a CNN journalist. He worked with CNN for so long until he felt that it was time to go back to his home country of Kenya. He won a lot of awards. Very powerful journalist who has written a book, my brother, my sister, about his experience with Africa's most wicked rebel leader. This gentleman here is called Jeff Koinange. He is from Kenya. To those who do not know this face and are not familiar with it, come here. Run the dossier and watch this. Jeff Nwawra Koinange MBS, yes, is an Emmy and Peabody award-winning Kenyan journalist, broadcaster, and author. He is widely recognized for his prominent career in both international and local African media, currently hosting the popular political and current affairs prime-time talk show, Jeff Koinange Live, JKL, on Citizen TV, and co-hosting the morning show on Hot 96 FM. He was born on the 7th of January in 1966. Oh yes, that was the year Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. Oh yes. In Banana Hill, Kiambu County in Kenya, and belongs to a prominent Koinange family. He is the grandson of Koinange wa Mbiu, a highly influential senior chief during Kenya's colonial era. His father, Frederick Mbiu Koinange, passed away from a heart attack just 2 months after Jeff was born. He was raised single-handedly by his mother, Hilda Ngwaima, a strict school headmistress. He attended the St. Mary's School in Nairobi, completing his A-levels in 1984 I was 10 years young at the time. He moved to the United States to study broadcast technology and management at Kingsborough Community College in Brooklyn, New York, graduating with top honors in 1989. He then earned a Bachelor of Arts in Broadcast Journalism from New York University in 1991. Before transitioning to journalism, he briefly worked as a flight attendant for Pan American World Airways, Pan Am. Passengers and colleagues frequently remark that his unique, deep voice will bring him success in broadcast media. My brother, my sister, and I met this guy once on the plane in the days. Watch this. Where he worked in the US as a producer for ABC News for 1 year. And then NBC News in 1994. He then spent 1995 to 2001 at Reuters TV, rising to chief producer for Africa. And then the CNN journey for almost 7 years began from 2001 all the way to 2007. He achieved global fame as CNN's senior Africa correspondent. He reported deeply on massive global events, including the civil wars in Liberia and Sierra Leone, the Darfur crisis in Sudan, famine in Niger, and the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in the United States. And many will remember him for that. After leaving CNN, he returned to Kenya to anchor K24 TV, hosting The Bench, KTN, and eventually Citizen TV in 2017, where his signature phrase, "Oh my, and use of a literal studio bench became legendary Kenyan pop culture staples. He won an Emmy in 2005. He became the first African journalist to win a TV Emmy for his exceptional coverage of the devastating famine in Niger. Then he won Peabody Award in 2006, the following year. Yes, for reporting on Hurricane Katrina. You all remember that, don't you? And then he released his autobiography, Through My African Eyes, providing an intimate look into his personal life and experiences on the front line of African history. Hey, he's married to Shaila Kwanange, and they share one son, Jamal Mbiu Kwanange. Now, beyond media, he is well known for his passion for country music, his work as a corporate master of ceremonies, and his role as a high-profile corporate brand ambassador in East Africa. Dash. This is the man. Yes, he's growing. He returned home to train and bring up younger broadcasters. He has told us a story. And that story, hey, is mind-blowing. It's chilling, grappling, same time, and gripping. Jesus. He told us about Charles Taylor. This guy. Do we remember Charles Taylor? Liberia, warlord. He's been jailed for 50 solid years. This is one of his most popular photographs. My brother, my sister. This is Charles Taylor. In Liberia, they call him Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor. My brother, my sister. He was exiled by choice to Nigeria. And while in Nigeria, the International Court in The Hague got wind. Then he had to be trialed. And he is in jail for 50 solid years. This is Charles Taylor. For crimes against humanity, war crimes. Charles Taylor. Let's listen to Jeff Kwanange. Watch this.
Johnson, Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor, the wickedest, they say, of all. He sent out a message, says, if you guys don't elect me, Liberia will be a bloodbath. That's the message, he said. And people were so scared along the way, so scared. Sure enough, elections are held. Charles Taylor becomes president. He's elected, and he gets into the executive mansion. And he surrounds himself with all these guys that he's been with in the bush. Remember that kid I told you about, the 300-pound, 6'4" guy, Max Ferry and Jiba? By the time I met him later on, he had changed his name to, because all these guys had what they call nom de guerres, war names that they call themselves, titles. So Max Ferry and Jiba had now become Bulldog. Perfect description. That's exactly what he looked like. He was inside the presidential mansion as the guy in charge of what they call the ATU, the anti-terrorist unit. That was Jiba. There was another guy, short, slim built, quiet, hardly ever spoke. His name was, I know his nickname was 50. Benjamin Yetin was his name. Benjamin Yetin. Quiet. He never spoke. Always next to Taylor. When you saw Taylor on any press briefing or press conference, Benjamin was right there next to him. His code name was 50. I actually once asked the guys, why do they call him 50? They said, in the first battle, because he started off with Taylor from the beginning. His first battle, he killed 50 men. First battle. When Taylor would go to sleep, 50 would be sleeping right on the floor in the same room. That's how much Taylor trusted that guy, and vice versa. There were others with ridiculous names. There's a guy we met in the field called General Cuckoo Dennis. And we asked, why do they call him General Cuckoo Dennis? He said, because the guy's cuckoo. Every time he kills a rebel, he slits open the chest, pulls out the heart, and drinks the warm blood before it gets cold. The warm blood. That way, according to General Cuckoo Dennis, he would possess his enemy. Can you imagine? Ridiculous. I met a guy called Mosquito and all kinds of Terminator, all kinds of crazy names. Liberia. Remember that country that was peaceful for 150 years? Had now spiraled into violence and death and destruction and despair. It was horrible. And Taylor in the middle of it all. So there we are back there in 2003. And things are getting ugly because now there's another new rebel movement calling itself LURD, Liberians United for Reform and Democracy, LURD. They are now saying, you know what, Taylor has to go. He's been there 6 years and change. He hasn't done anything. We're going to attack the mansion. And they started making their way slowly. And we're on the ground, we're reporting. And I tell you, man, what? So many people were killed in that. Bodies again in the streets. It seems like a cyclical thing. Every few years, rebels invade, they storm the city, and they kill a lot of people. In the end, cut a long story short, President Olusegun Obasanjo, remember my friend from Nigeria? He arrives in Monrovia, holds talks with Taylor, has a press conference, and he says, President Taylor has agreed to come to Nigeria in exile. And the world is stunned. And we're there, we're reporting live. What? He's agreed. He's going to come to Liberia. President Obasanjo has given him exile status. All this news is relayed. The rebels obviously don't believe it. And they keep pounding the city. One day, we're reporting in the streets, and I get a call from a place called White, goodness, I forget the name of the mansion. It was President Taylor's residence. White Flower, they called it. White Flower was the president's residence in a place called Congo Town. He calls me, he says, Jeff, where are you? I said, I'm in the streets, Mr. President. I'm here filming. He says, come over to White Flower. I make my way. It's about August the 6th or the 7th in 2003. We make our way. And he says, as we make out, we go there, we find him in the courtyard with his phalanx of bodyguards. And he says, hey, man, I hear it's nasty out in the street. I says, yeah, Mr. President, that's why we're wearing bulletproof flak jackets. And he says, look, all this talk about me leaving and going to Nigeria, I want the world to know that it is true. I want you to tell the world, I am going to leave. I'm sick and tired of fighting all these enemies. I'm going to leave for the sake of peace. Exclusive. We put that out. It's aired all over the world. Taylor's going to leave. Sure enough, he announced the date, August 11th, and we were there reporting live as he stood there in the executive mansion saying, God permit, I will be back. He said that those are his last words before leaving. Got to the airport, got on a plane that was chartered by the Nigerian president, ended up in Nigeria, a place called Cross River State. That's where he would be for another 2, 3, 4 years in exile. Liberia now, elections are held. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, a seasoned United Nations employee, she was running against a young upstart, kid who grew up in the slums, but made his name in the football fields of AC Milan, Chelsea, and many others. George Weah. Can you imagine? A kid from the slums was running against a seasoned United Nations diplomat. Sure enough, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf won. I think George must have been convinced to just take it easy for a while because Liberia was coming out of a very tumultuous place. He surrendered the president. Ellen Johnson was elected. She did 2 terms. And in the meantime, Weah went to school, got a degree, came back, ran as senator first, got a little bit of experience, and he was the one elected to succeed Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We were actually in Liberia in July 2019 on the Independence Day, the 170, let's see, 1847 to 172nd anniversary of the country's independence. And there was George Weah. And he and I had, we knew each other from back in the day. And, we got to interview him a little later on. But that's where Liberia had come to. In the meantime, Charles Taylor has agreed to come to Nigeria rather. He's in exile. He's there for a couple of years. And then, here's where things get really murky. The deal was to keep Taylor in exile. Otherwise, the International Criminal Court would go and get him wherever he was. If he ever left Nigeria, he would be a subject as a most wanted in the ICC. In the meantime, President Obasanjo was thinking about running for a 3rd term, which wasn't in the Constitution, but he was thinking. And he was invited to Washington to go discuss this with President Bush Jr. He gets to Washington, they're discussing that event. In the meantime, Charles Taylor is tipped. He's in Cross River State in Nigeria, remember? He's tipped that he's about to be arrested. He escapes, runs to the border, or escapes, drives to the border, tries to get across the border. An alert border guard sees him, arrests him on the border between Liberia and Cameroon, arrests him, and they fly him back to Abuja. All this time the news is out. ICC Dragnet is now closing in. From Abuja, he's flown all the way to Freetown, Sierra Leone. Remember where all that madness started? It is said that Taylor was the mastermind behind all the small boys unit, the RUF, the Revolutionary United Front. Taylor was the mastermind. He said, let's take him back to the source. We got the word from Lagos, flew all the way to Freetown, Sierra Leone, just in time to see the helicopter landing. Taylor, remember the powerful president? Taylor coming out of the helicopter in handcuffs and leg irons. I have never seen such a turn of events. He's put in a prison there. He's going to be arraigned the next morning. We are there. We film all that. And then it's decided, you know what? It's too dangerous for this Liberian president to be tried next door in Sierra Leone. It's going to cause a lot of anxiety and friction and maybe even violence. So they decide, you know what, this special court for Sierra Leone, we're going to take it all the way to The Hague. And it'll be called the Special Court for Sierra Leone. And that's where Taylor was tried. For the next 3-4 years, he was in trial. Until in the very end, the judges brought back a verdict. That verdict, 50 years in prison without the possibility of parole. By the way, Taylor by then was about 65 years old. Do the math. 65 plus 50, that's a life sentence. That's exactly what he got for being the mastermind of all the violence from late 1989 to the earliest part of the century. Can you imagine? 50 years. Unbelievable. For a man I'd spent so much time with, but he was the typical African warlord.
What a story. Chilling, gripping, chair grappling. So this was what happened to Charles Taylor. Now, how many of us remember Charles Taylor? Charles Taylor gave Sierra Leonean diamond, heavy like this, to a model by name Naomi Campbell. Do we all know Naomi Campbell? He gave diamond, heavy like this, to Naomi Campbell. This is Charles Taylor and Naomi Campbell. He probably had fallen in love with her and invited her over to come and pay him a visit whilst he was leader of Liberia. And when she got there, he said, "Oh, I have a small gift for you." And when she took it, her hand went down, heavy. Diamond. My brother, those of you who know what diamonds are, a bit of it is enough to take care of you till you die. She got a big chunk of it like cow dung. Heavy like lead. She finally had to give it out. When the American people came down on her, it came out that she had taken a certain gift called the blood diamonds. And you know that kind of morality. Remember Beyonce and some other artists, time after time, they have to reject some concerts and even return some monies paid to them for performing, but those who paid them were actually engrossed in some form of criminality or crimes against humanity. My brother, my sister, this is Naomi Campbell. According to Jeff Koinange, this is the wickedest rebel leader he's ever seen all his years on earth as a broadcaster and an African reporting from different areas of the world for CNN and beyond. Charles Taylor is in jail. He was 65 when they slapped him with a 50-year sentence. He will come out when he is 120 years old. As it stands right now, he's still in jail. Many people blame Obasanjo, who wanted a third term, for this man's predicaments. If he had remained in Liberia, he would have been one of the bloodthirsty dictators until he died. But he left to avoid bloodshed. And as the drop net was getting closer to him, he tried to run away, but he was picked up. No matter how much he tried to bribe the border man, he refused and brought him back to Abuja, and he was flown to Sierra Leone, Freetown, where he ended up at The Hague in jail 50 years. My brother, my sister, for how long can we continue killing our own people, all because of our selfish wants? Charles Taylor killed a lot. He promoted people for killing people by heart. He had people around him who chewed human flesh, cut open people's stomachs, and chewed hearts and drank hot blood. And he was with them, so bloodthirsty. At the time, he was the leader of the nation. We all remember Johnson as well. I wonder if Liberia would ever recover from all these ills. The thirst for blood, the murder, the assassinations, My brother, my sister, and the evil that Charles Taylor and his cohorts visited that small country with. Whilst his people were dying, hunger killing them, war killing them, he gave diamond as heavy as this to somebody who absolutely had nothing to do with the people of Liberia. All because of probably one doggy style or one missionary style, which will last only about 5-6 minutes. Posterity would judge us harshly. So many leaders across Africa behave like this guy. The only difference is that they do not shoot and kill them physically, but by their policies and such other things, they are killing more people than Charles Taylor did. They are stealing from the people, denying them their basic livelihoods. In Ghana, we say, all die be die. No matter how you die. Via the gun, the barrel of the gun, or hunger, that's famine, or starvation. All die be die. And to all the leaders of Africa, I ask you, are you Charles Taylors? Maybe the only difference is you don't shoot and kill. But by your actions and inactions, many go down the drain every day. Posterity is coming after you. It's the Blakk pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this, Dodo. NPP shall use vigilante groups to win power. And who is saying this? NPP's Jennifer Quinn. Remember a couple of days ago, we brought you a story about the National Security Boss, COP, in fact, Abdul Razak Osman, my brother, my sister, and he was talking against vigilantism. We have seen how vigilantism almost destroyed our nation in the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We saw how vigilante groups went all the way into the courthouse and rescued or snatched people who were standing trial. My brother, my sister, from the hands of judges and threatened the lives of judges. It was the worst time of our democracy. People standing trial, vigilante groups would go into those courtrooms and snatch the people away. And sadly, my brother, my sister, that shit didn't come here. Watch this. Now, my brother, when the NPP lost the elections because of their abysmal performance and irresponsible governance, you know the conversation that was going on amongst them? Oh, they disbanded the vigilante groups. They were the grassroots. Right now, look at what NDC is doing. Look at how whoever who they are to attack. Look at that guy. They forced the NPP to disband their vigilante groups, and they kept their own, and they still use them in elections. That was the conversation that was peddled around in Ghana after the NPP lost the elections and had Mahama come back as president. Can I say that again? In fact, if you don't understand it to this point, you will be lost. There was a time in Ghana when vigilante groups controlled the whole country. Under the NPP, they had the Delta Force. They had the invisible demons. Was it invisible lions or invisible snakes? Something like that. My brother, my sister. And these were the people who controlled Ghana. I said it came to a time when people were even standing trial in the courthouse these vigilante groups, sponsored by the NPP, broke into the courthouses with guns, more sophisticated than the Ghana Army's guns. As to where they got the guns from, your guess is as good as mine or better than mine. And rescued people on trial. Judges ran away and left their wigs speaking in tongues whilst running. We saw them running. In Kumasi, we saw that female judge who ran away and left her wig. She will buy another wig another day. Now she needs her life. While she was running away, she was speaking in tongues. The invisible demons were after her. Hallelujah. Now, when the elections came on, Kasua Van Dam, Madam Hawa, my brother, my sister, who was known for violence in Ghanaian politics. Madam Hawa Kumsen was known all over for electoral violence. We were told that she even picked up an AK-47 and fired with one hand like Van Damme. To scare people. There was a verdict where she denied all this. My brother, my sister. Now during the election, in the heat of it all, she appeared there. Wherever the scuffle that was, we saw in a video where somebody flew in her face and brought her down. Find me that video if you can, please. MCR. My brother, my sister. Hi! Hawa Kumsin was brought down. There was a guy who was wearing some kind of nodding hat. He flew like a viper and crashed her to the ground. Boom! She was rushed to the hospital. And some Ghanaians were excited about it because they said they knew who Hawa Kumsin was and how in the days of the NDC, I beg your pardon, the NPP in power, she visited people with nonchalance, in irresponsible behavior, violence. Kasua Van Dam, she was nicknamed. My brother, my sister, this is it. Watch this. You see the man? Watch this. Something happened. It was some kind of, look at the guy in the northern hat. Can you see him? Giddy, 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 giddy. Oh, how I was down. And some people were even stepping on there. Did you see the guy who flew there? That was so terrible. Look at her. That's a woman. Yes, she might be firing guns and all that. Two wrongs don't make a right. We don't want our democracy to descend into this. Thankfully, my brother, my sister, the Minister of Interior, Muntakabu Barak, took action. This was a by-election. My brother, my sister. And the more I see this, the more I feel sorry for our democracy. Dash it away. This was Hawa Kumsin. And the NPP said, especially the Delta forces. They posted videos on social media. Oh, you see, NPP, you will suffer more than this. You disbanded. You made them deceive you to disband vigilantism and sent all of us away with nothing. No benefits. Today, you see what is happening to you. They still have their vigilante groups that can beat your women up. They are not even ashamed. You see what has happened to you? That was the conversation. My brother, my sister, there's a lady by name Jennifer Quinn. This lady seems to be bringing back vigilantism. She's supposed to be a trained journalist. She speaks for the NPP. She rose all the way to becoming an office holder. Even Nana Addo promoted her and gave her the position of CEO, if I am not mistaken, at NADMO. Let me not get it wrong. Come here. Run the doors here. And watch this. Jennifer Oforiwa Prempe, also known as Jennifer Queen, is a prominent Ghanaian politician, digital creator, and communication strategist. She is a major voice within the NPP. Major. She studied at the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, where she developed her public administration and communication skills. Jennifer Queen rose to prominence as a vital and vocal member of the NPP's national communication team. Her grassroots and media campaign efforts contributed heavily to the party's victory in the 2016 general election. Did you hear that? Her grassroots contributed heavily. So this is not a lightweight. So Nana Addo decided to recognize this and gave her an appointment as the CEO, the Deputy National Communications Director, I beg your pardon, of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. So that's the correct title. Deputy National Communications Director of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. Her appointment took effect on January 15, 2018, 2 years after they won power. She also became the NPP Deputy Director of Communications. Oh, yes. Yes. And then she has also taken on internal party assignments, such as serving as the NPP Bono Regional Elections Committee chairperson to oversee local party executive elections. This is the woman we are talking about. And she's been engaged and involved in some controversies. Yes, a lot of controversies. What are some of the controversies? There was a time she and Hobson of the UP almost collided. In fact, to the point that Hobson became so angry, he threatened her on live TV. Bring back that. My brother, my sister. She was speaking on Movement TV, Wound to Miss TV, where she criticized civil society organizations, religious leaders, and traditional authorities for remaining silent regarding the legal troubles of the NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Wound to Me. And she was speaking on his TV, Movement TV. She warned that if the NPP wins the 2018 election, she has compiled or blacklisted high-profile pastors and chiefs whom she will block and refuse to help for the first 6 months of the administration. Did we hear that? That's not a smart person. How would these people then vote for you to come into power? How would their congregations vote for you if you are threatening them like this? Now, following heavy public backlash, she publicly dismissed claims that she was aggressively threatening religious leaders, stating her words were being over-amplified. Then the clash with Hope Senadoye. Yes, on Adechin Shroma on UTV, where the escalation led into a verbal altercation and even threats. My brother, my sister, dash it away. This lady has spoken. And it looks like more vigilante groups are being formed, including the Bolgatanga Bulldogs. We knew of Delta. We knew of Invisible Forces. Now, they claim that they have Bolgatanga Bulldogs. And they will use that to win power. She was speaking at an event where, this other guy, what's his name? He's trying to stand for John Boedu. What did she say? This is John Boedu. Watch this.
Security, your Delta Force, your Crocodile Machete, your BBA, the Bolga Bulldogs, or BI, you ready, so or Babwa, Amayaji 2 million. And a 2 million bar, or your national chairman, dear. Said you can for your candidate, I didn't come back. So, about constituency be or your debaman, he will make sure. Obesi Subiasha Mukina said, Yamupesamuniano, Mubenya. Never cross us higher the Babacam, because the new Patriotic Party, a new government, bano, ya buying for front air bano, and yet for the agro, then this is for boy and chi gum, near ba power. Omo boy no chi gum, and to did say, I did your born and he said near the woko. Ye new government, bano, bibi omo yan and ne, I almost see a ye biano, ya buying a bar, and also so a ye. Yes, bibi omo yan and nebia ye bia, yes, ya the ye. So almost say, I buy way, or ye, Jesus Christ.
And party members were clapping, including this guy. You know what she said? All these vigilante groups that she mentioned, including the Bulgar Bulldogs, would all help the party to come into power. How are they going to help? So they are going around picking up ballot boxes, terrorizing people. Well, we know how to do it too. Right now, you are with the NDC people. The following day, you are arrested. Everything that the NDC is doing today that they claim is good. Because this is the Jesus Christ government. When we come back, we'll do the same things. So if what NDC is doing is good, why would you be brought to do the same things? You see the level of communication. If your opponent is doing that well, and you want to come and repeat what the opponent is doing, then better stay there. You are coming to duplicate what is already being done. Isn't it? But these people are violent-minded. Violence-minded. Oh, we have the Bolgatanga Bulldogs. We have the Accra Banku Fighters. We have this. We have that. They are all coming. And remember, they are already threatening war. Why is it that when it comes to elections, we are always thinking about violence? What is the problem with us? Why can't we have peaceful elections? But we must go for macho men who wield guns and kill us. She's saying that Ghanaians see this government as the Jesus Christ government. And this is free promotion. When they return, they will do the same good things that these people are doing by arresting them. That is all they say now. When power changes hands, we will return your favor. To the Mahama government, we want to encourage you to do more. Arrest as many as you can that you deem fit, that are doing nothing but stealing. In the days of Nana Addo, it was not democracy. It was kleptocracy. They didn't build a kingdom. They built a kleptodom. I leave it here. And to my very beautiful lady, Jennifer Quinn, come here. Jennifer, with all love, you are quite pretty. And I think that the area you are going into does not match your beauty. You know that you will be the first to run into your mother's kitchen when a knockout Christmas banger is sounded, let alone a gun. Look at your people. The same NPP, 4 days ago, they are rehearsing violence by beating each other. Small disagreement. They are punching each other left, right, and center. The NPP. They are tired of being in opposition. They have gone hungry. The thieves who were stealing for them no longer have the opportunity to steal. Look at it. At their party office, they have turned it into Bukom boxing arena. Beating and punching each other. And now they are Bolgatanga Bulldogs. My dear sister, come here. With all love, you can communicate without all those bulldogs and vigilante and, those kind of threats. We'll do the same. We'll do this. These days, those things don't wash. It's ideas. It's wisdom. People will vote for you because you speak wisely. If I were John Boedu, I would be ashamed that on that platform you were spewing this. But because they are all shameless boys, they don't really care. After all the trash she talked, John Boedu might even meet her and say, oh, Charlie, you spoke by J. Transport. Who will vote for you? Wana. The party is already disintegrated. You are 38%. Now, if they check, I'm sure, according to Musa Dankwa, you should have about 17% now. Instead of talking ahumobro, nice wisdom, to have people sympathize with you, you are beating the war drums. What kind of communication is that? This is free tuition. Free. If you want, take it. If you don't want, wow, JJJ. Dash. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey, ya! Hey, yo! Kai!
Back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of property. Call the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. This Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk Pot, Kukushonema.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Hey, Tesori, Doriente. Now turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori, Doriente. Hey, after 48 hours of that one single bath, you still smell like the Garden of Eden. Yes? Tesori, Doriente. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Thank you so much to NPA, National Petroleum Authority. And the message is very simple. Stay back. Stay safe. No problem at all. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Yes? And you know this is the biggest platform when it comes to Pan-Africanism and patriotism. You know that, don't you? The most decent, the most decorous, and intellectual. All right? This is what it is. We are called the Blakk Empire Media. And our Blakk is BLAKK. And to make it even more interesting, my brother, my sister, check the numbers. All right? We have all the numbers because of you. We give you all the respect. Every single soul on this platform will love you. We might not agree sometimes, but there's one thing that is clear. It's all about our nation. Our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. It's the Blakk Pot. aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Watch this. Viral street video. Watch how fast Ghana policeman takes alleged bribe. Now, when you come to Ghana, beautiful as it is, and nice as the people may be, some of our policemen are very bad policemen. The motto of the Ghana police is service with integrity. The IGP of the Republic of Ghana is COP Christian Tete Yohon. He has been honored all over Ghana and beyond. That's him. COP Christian Tete Yohon. Over 40 years of police in Ghana. He was the only man decorated, my brother, my sister, with honors in pomp and pageantry for fighting crime. The only man from when Ghana started till now, from the days of Nkrumah till now, no other man has ever been presidentially, stately decorated like this man who has been police for over 40 years. John Evans Atta Mills decorated him for fighting crime, what is called crime combat. Under the regime of this man, a lot of policemen who were sidelined have been promoted. He organizes refresher courses for police people every now and then so they can be promoted. Unlike in the days where a policeman could be there for 20 years, no promotion. No, when he came, he said, no, things have to change. This is COP Christian Tete Yohon. He retired. The president of the republic said, no, sir, you can never retire with this sea of knowledge. Come back and serve. And he came back and they gave him a contract. My brother, my sister, today every Ghanaian in Ghana knows that the speed with which crime is combated has risen geometrically with speed. Unlike in the days where one investigation could take 20 years, right now it's a matter of minutes. On social media, a car has overtaken another one so carelessly, bam, the police would arrest you. After all, they know when they do that, they get promotion. This man, and he's been able to get informers, police informants, all over Ghana. And these police informers, what we call the informants, my brother, my sister, they are on the payroll of the police. They watch the society like CCTV. These are human CCTVs. And when they see something happening, ring, ding, 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 bam. Sami Jemfi's in-law was shot and killed within minutes. The armed robbers were accosted. How was it done? Informants. This is Christian Tete Yohon. But there is one thing that is happening in Ghana, even though for now it is quite reduced. Bribe amongst police. No matter how much you pay the Ghana police, no matter how much you promote, there are some members of the police service who will still take bribe. Look at the guy on the street. There are 2 policemen there. The boss himself has his hands in his pocket. Then once in a while, he will pull out a hand and direct you to pass. Watch the guy at the back. There's a trot driver. This one, watch. Wham! He's collected. He's taking the money. His boss is busily working. Sadly, some of the bosses, they coach the little ones who are now coming up to do this because they are too big. And when they catch somebody, watch, ram, it's gone. Watch this. How much is this? Now you have been caught on camera. My brother, my sister, how much is this? And Tete Yohonu will find you. Hey! There was a time in the police service, amongst the miscreants in the service, the big men will give you a quota. Today we are bringing you 9 service. This is how much money you should be able to bring. Where is the money from? Bribe. This was one of the guys who took bribe. And the IGP decided to clamp down on these guys. Now, let me tell you something about that video. Come back with the same video. It happened at IPS. My brother, my sister, this is IPS. Policeman is controlling. Trotro driver is coming with passengers inside. And wham, they take it. These are those who break the rules. A lot of them. They don't have license. Some of them don't have spare tire. Their horn is not working. But because they can give the police small pennies, they continue to kill people on the street. Look at him so unashamedly. A stupid policeman like that. Can you believe this? Now the police service has to be respected. How can you be respected if you behave like this? My grandfather was a policeman. Chief Inspector Audu Kankani, and I always say this. He wanted me to be a policeman too, because he loved it in the days of the Gold Coast. He was a policeman. How would I be a policeman if this is the norm? How? I'm going to tell you more about this video. Come here. Run the dossier. And this is taking us all the way to what happened. It happened this month, August 2026. And this happened at the University of Professional Studies, UPSA. I said IPS. That was what it was called. IPS Junction. Now the footage shows a brief exchange on the street where the officer is captured quickly taking money from the driver. The clip has spread rapidly on Instagram and TikTok, renewing public discussions and criticism regarding street extortion and traffic enforcement accountability. Now, this incident follows a series of high-profile crackdowns by the Ghana Police Service against officers caught on camera engaging in misconduct. Now, there was one that happened in May 2026. The Meta Smart Glasses video. It's a 4-minute video which we are going to be playing anytime soon, recorded using Meta Smart Glasses. And he showed 2 officers searching a driver's wallet and demanding a bribe because he lacked a physical license. Following multiple viral videos showing extortion at the checkpoints and illegal mining galamsey sites, the Ghana Police Service interdicted several officers, including Chief Inspector Matthew Blakk, Chief Inspector Francis Arthur, and Inspector Eric Osei, to hand them over to the Police Professional Standards Bureau, the police administration, under the ever-powerful Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohonu, has consistently warned the public against giving bribes and vowed to penalize officers captured compromising their professional integrity. And watch this. You see? The Ghana police has interdicted 5 personnel cited in viral videos engaging in acts that tend to put the name of the service into disrepute. The affected personnel, Chief Inspector Matthew Blakk, Chief Inspector Francis Arthur, Inspector Eric Osei of the Osu Police Station in Accra, Sergeant Amos Derry of the National Protection Unit, NPU, as well as Inspector Joseph Ochre Asabre of the Obuasi Police District, have been handed over to the Police Professional Standards Bureau for investigations in line with the service's internal disciplinary procedures. Now, the Ghana Police reiterates its commitment to professionalism, integrity, and accountability, and assures the public that appropriate action will be taken upon the conclusion of the investigations. So what happened? Look at them. Interdicted for taking small monies on the street. They always say, Kakrabia answa. Kitwabia answa. Let's see the video recorded with the Meta Smart glasses. And what happened? Watch this.
All right. The director.
Senior, Kose.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We do stop and search.
Oh.
So you come down with your bag. Let's see what.
Pacho, my bag's come and see.
No worry.
We are sure.
Nobody is going to touch it.
I love
That's why you come down. With
I like that. All right, cool.
I will check everything.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. You want to search my pocket first?
Put the phone down.
Oh.
The pocket before I go to.
Okay. Yo. Oh, say enche. And I betcha. Yeah, say money is so.
No, it's just coming.
You come around then.
Oh, close the door.
Okay, yeah, close the door.
You check what?
Pacho, yeah, check.
My pocket first.
Oh, meet my Ramo. Okay. The bag, Nidian, and I'm Pacho. Skawum.
No worry, I will cigar.
Okay, Mate.
I don't know, man, they pay me.
Oh, Masromo, be my.
Oh, Massa. Look at who's here. Nobody. We say it's got. We get to do the music. Open you fix that. I'm sure inside.
Okay,
make us it's got because it's got to.
Hey.
Oh, Massa.
Obi salary.
Yeah, I know it's so much, but because the sticker, I was thinking CBS.
Let me say it's like USD crampo noka.
But USD more. No.
Then you close that one. Open. Maybe the magic because you're Pisca.
Hey,
that's what I say. We go with CBS.
Tell us your mind and that's it. Where it's not a jailable offense, it's a fine, they'll fine you, so any big deal.
Nana.
And I know you can pay.
Oh.
Yes.
It's your and I'm 4. You guys are 5 born and I'm 5.
Oh. It's your 100 bits metal.
100 in the perform and they pay me.
Mamma,
not sure. I'm walking in. Be a higher man.
If I occupy China now, just advise yourself.
Go to Canada, maybe I'm to Canada. I'm blessed too. I'm blessed for the mobile. I'm also.
Okay, see, I'm the mom, not Kuti for Jam and Canada.
Only my guys say, Usifu.
I'll take our number.
How much we can also. Yes, Usifu natural.
Settle well and take the number. When they call you, you call.
When they stop you,
you call.
Then you call us.
Okay. Mammy chat with your Mammy Jim number.
Once settle weird, then you needed the number.
Okay.
0548.
Nana with your number.
I'm coming.
Oh. Okay, Mammy Jim number answer.
Zero deal number, man.
0548.
0548. Yeah.
51.
52. 23.
So now you can
say. So, Bomo, or the back account. Yeah, 4. Now they don't follow. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm checking on oh, yeah, I done for. Oh, yeah, the beautiful better. I'm blessed. Oh, my God.
And I see on fat back from camera.
Flash.
Oh,
Flashman.
Oh, my friend.
Very embarrassing. 4-minute video. Those of you who do not speak Akan, it's very simple. We are 4. Come down from the car. Let's search. Oh, I have money in my car. I don't really want to get that. Oh, we'll take care of the money. Calm down. I have money in my wallet. Open it. He didn't have a physical license. And he said they were 4 It's not a jailable offense. He should sort them out. And he said, if I give you money right now and I go forward, another set of policemen will stop me. So we'll take our number. When you reach and they stop you, just call us. We'll talk to our colleagues that we have sorted you out already, or you've sorted out already. So go. So embarrassing. My brother, these are some of the issues that destroy our nation. People lose confidence in the police. The police become so cheap. You can always buy your way through. We must put respect on the name of the police. British police won't do this. American police won't do this. I don't know about Indian police. My brother, my sister. China police won't do this. Japanese police won't do that. So the people have respect for the police. You go to the schools, children want to be police, not in Ghana. Go to the schools in Ghana and ask the children what they want to be. Out of 1,000 children, only one person might say that I would like to be a policeman. Because of some of these things. Well, I'm glad that the IGP is handling some of these issues very seriously. Policemen are being interdicted. And sadly, some of the ladies who have just been picked, you are driving and then they stop you and say, oh, it's a weekend. What can you do for us? Are you not being paid? Why do you disrespect your profession like that? You think a doctor will stand on the road and be asking for bribe? You think a nurse will do that? This has become a norm with the police. And it's so sad. You go to Nigeria, this is worse. Togo, they do it. Benin, they do it. Can Ghana set an example? Anyway, it's the Blakk Port, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. I love you for another beautiful day. We love you. We'll catch you again on Monday, same time, 6 p.m. Until then, our numbers are still scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. And if you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are more than just excited to do that. Right now, and it's for free. Absolutely. Right now, let's check out your comments. Send them via YouTube and also via Facebook. Recommend us to family and friends. Please don't leave the platform without subscribing to the channel and also hitting on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to watch. Bawa Uwa says, welcome to Good News, Black Rasta. Kamshina Z said, Black Rasta, more fire. Hennessy Obiora says, fire. Jeff Abraham says, greetings from Manila, Philippines. More fire, the Black. Nana Obidiaba says, watching you live from Accra, Amasama in Black Rasta. More fire. Maxwell Asimenu says, good evening, Black. Love you so much. Love you too. Francis Kofi Ayivi says, good evening, Black Rasta. More comments coming in. K Short says, legendary Black. Osaibedu says, come here, the Blakk Port, a.k.a. Kukusho. Ogujami Prince says, Black Rasta, good evening. Della Hammond says, Philip Yaudomejo says, Patriotic General and Grand Professor of the Truth, or the Truth. Good evening to you. May the Almighty God give you strength and power so you can do your work even more. Yes, for Mother Ghana. Black, in fact, I can't wait to see Afenyo Markin be sacked from the Parliament House because Afenyo Markin doesn't have a good mind for Ghana. More fire. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. Emmanuel Haddock appears, says, I salute you, Black. Pamela GH says, Black, God, I was expecting this. I'm so disappointed in this man. I will hate anyone that will raise issues of raising funds for this cathedral. Mendacious leaders everywhere. Well, Timbla Badges is watching with you. Pamela GH says, they have the monopoly of protecting each other. All right. And then Akana Izura says, hi, Black. Bless up, watching you live from Torino, Italy. Black, I told you this guy called Afenyo Markin did not deserve to be a parliamentarian. Azongo Ray says, Black, good evening. You see, it's true that you are not interested in politics, but the truth is that what Ayariga said is pure politics, and that's what is happening in Parliament. I remember Parliament is about numbers and numbers about people. So he's saying that it's working for the government. He's perfectly right, and I support him. Sally Senam Kudaya says, Blakk, I'm totally with you on this. I'm really worried about our country. Thank you so much, Sally. Sandy Atuguba says, watch your mouth. All right. Francis Kofi Ivy says, yes, Blakk Rasta, we have a big problem with our parliament. And then Chachibi Bila Dama says, MAHAMA Ayariga just behaved like a coward. Oh, or is that pretending? Azongore says it's not a coward. If you understand politics, then you got to understand him. He's just an experienced politician, knowing what will favor his government, not everyone. Richard Yao says, do we need that project before God visits us? Well, I mean, it can bring tourists into the country depending on how it is branded. But it is not a make or break situation. Now, Felix Kwamela Fiabu says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Why? I'm so dissatisfied with our 1992 constitution. I just want to know if there's no law governing public to dismiss a person with this kind of behavior, like what Afenyo Makin is doing. Mel Nuifafa Ahihonu. Mel Nuifafa Ahihonu. This is nonsense. You will complete cathedral that a wicked man started and badly executed using our money as their pocket money. What? Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary. Raskaba says, long live Professor Blakk Rasta and long live the Black Pot, aka Kuku. Show them. Rap Thunder says, last class of the week, guide and protect you, legendary. And Estina Yaboa says, good evening, all. The truth is our key. Blakk Rasta, our mentor. Respect, Ernestina. How you doing? Henry Atia says, for the MPP, never again. Greetings to the good people of Bolgatanga. Eugene Ofusu Asante is smiling. Faustina Darko says, in my opinion, I think he's going to mobilize the churches to build because the land cannot sit there unoccupied. We shouldn't just build because we have to build. Let's strategize. Take it to a place that can attract tourism, decongest traffic, and all that. Yes, he started it there. We can put something else there. Because as a tourist center, a lot of people are going to be there and traffic is going to be crazy. So we need to look at that, okay? And then Olu Videos says, bro, I'm watching you live from France. More fire. Oh, ça va? Oh, toi en Paris, hein? Merci beaucoup. Rudolph Basigayem says, but Blakk, is it now that you know about this? Politicians are always playing party cards, not Ghana cards. They only put Ghana first internationally. Emmanuel Anea says, Blakk, truth be told, this current IGP hasn't done enough when it comes to police taking bribes. And then Sedu Shaibu says, greetings. Ayariga can't build a cathedral with Ghanaians' money, though he's the minister of religion or Kominini. He's just talking for talking. Well, he says he'll build it with Ghana's money. He'll get the churches to do that. Emmanuel Anea says, Blakk, your favorite president, Nana Addo, also said they must and will win power back in 2028. Blakk kindly asked them which Malam has given them such high hope. Well, this is a man who sees visions. Maybe he saw angel, whoever, the same angel who told him to build a cathedral, that they will win. Rap Thunder says, anytime I hear a cathedral, I remember Nana Addo. All right, we'll take two more and we are done for the day. Okay? More comments coming in. Della Hammond says, that was a stupid answer. To which one? Okay? To which of the questions? What are you really talking about? Mel Nuifafa Ahihonu says, very disgusting. Cecile Kwabena says, Ayariga didn't think before making such a statement. George Tete Akamafio says, this is stupid thinking. Wild Omoto says, more fire, Blakk Rasta. Jama says, Blakk Rasta, why don't you let John Mahama appoint you to be a board chairman at the airport? Please, I can't plant Christmas trees. I don't know how to plant those, okay? Okay, thank you. No thanks, all right? Last one, Royal Link. Blakk, why is Ghana Water Company not releasing the turbidity level? All right? We'll ask them. Rob Wood says Ghana doesn't need a cathedral. We need factories, industries, hospitals, and refineries. The youth need jobs. Rob Wood says the cathedral was someone's personal promise to his God. Barry Ma says, Salam alaikum, Mr. Ahmed. Blakk Rasta salute of patriotism. I always admire your outfits. Love, love, love. Big ups to you and your crew. Thank you so much. Wade Adams says, so the whole of Ghana, we can't find someone competent enough to coach the Black Stars of Ghana. Hey, this football association must be collapsed and start from zero because they make less sense always. Manche Alawiye says, the Ket Okreku and Randy Abe have totally destroyed our football with disrespect. Them crack. Can people be sacked or, resign when they are messing up? Okay? Well, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's a beautiful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. God be with you. We'll catch you again on Monday. Until then, remember, Ghana must prosper. Africa must prosper. It's our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. My name Blakk Rasta. I'll catch you on the flip side. Hey yo! Hey yo! Wayo! Come on!